that is using moss for your tinder pile. And he was using moss that grows on his trees down there in northwest Washington, and seems to be in abundance. And we don't have much moss on our trees around here because we don't have the rainfall, but we do have moss all over the ground. It just grows in old forest areas. There's just, you know, an abundance of moss. Normally I like to use dry grass, and there's plenty of that around right now, but sometimes it's not as easy to find. So it's nice to be able to have alternatives. So we're going to try to make a fire today using moss. This is still a little bit moist here. The top part is dry. It's been exposed to the dry air, so it's dried out up here. And there is one other material that we can use if we don't have dry grass or if the moss is covered with snow, and that is the inner bark off of poplar trees. It's rather fibrous, and it can be just kind of balled up like that, and it gets those fibers nice and loose. It breaks them down, then you just kind of loosen it up, and you can use that also. You can see how many fibers there is in there. That makes a really good tinder bundle. And so I think that the moss itself I have tried before, and one of the issues I had with it was it just doesn't want to burst into flames real quick. It almost acts like a coal extender. It just grows and grows and grows until finally the heat gets hot enough that it will burst into flames. But it can take quite a while. I'm going to try it without any kind of coal extenders or anything like that. I'm going to just try to put an ember right on the moss. And if that doesn't work, then I may try a coal extender, powder up some punk wood and put that on there. And I know if I do that, I definitely will get a fire. So before I do that though, I'd like to show you some of the inner bark on the poplar tree, where that grows and what it looks like. So stay with me. There you can see we have nice poplar dead down, and it has lots of that fibrous bark. This is the stuff we're after right here, and that works almost as good as grass for making a tinder bundle. So all right, let's go make a fire. Okay, we'll just try it without any kind of a coal extender or anything. This is just fresh out of the ground, and we'll see if that works. Okay, I think we got it that time. As I stated before, the experience that I've had with moss is that it will burst into a flame as long as you're blowing on it and you're giving it oxygen. But if you withdraw the oxygen, it seems like the moss likes to go out, or the flame will go out. So the moss is still a big ember. It's producing lots of heat, but it just doesn't burn unless it has oxygen. So I'm going to transfer the, after I get the moss going, I'm going to transfer it over to this little bundle of spruce branches, and then that should sustain the fire once it gets that going. So here goes. Let's see what we can do. There the spruce is going. Yeah, it went out. Give her some more oxygen. Okay, there we go. So the moss does work. It doesn't work as good as grass or as good as this inner poplar bark. But the nice thing about moss is availability. There is so much of it, and it's everywhere in our forests up here in Alaska. It's not hard to find moss. So, okay, well, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. This is Charlie saying bye for now.